Hey guys, it's a Sunday, it's minus 17 Celsius, and we're out for a fat bike ride. Today we're going to do a ride out to a old abandoned railway bridge. I actually did this ride yesterday with my brother, and it was well, quite a bit warmer than it is today. It was only a degree or two below freezing yesterday, but now it's closing in on minus 20. But we had an awesome ride yesterday. I said, you know what, this route will make a nice video. So I came out here again by myself to do it. The route is 31 kilometers. Yesterday it took us an hour 46 minutes, but should take longer today because it's so cold, and I lowered the air pressure in these tires for a ride I did last night, and then I didn't pump them up for this ride, and it's definitely noticeably slower than I was rolling yesterday. No big deal. Country roads. These are gravel underneath. Now just beautifully snow covered. We have one big climb, and it comes in 6 kilometers into this ride. So now starts a big climb. The only really big climb on this ride. Outside of this climb, it's all rollers. So once we get this over with, the rest of the ride's not so bad. And I am tired since I did 3 hours yesterday and over 3 hours the day before. But I have trained myself to be able to do multiple 3-hour days in a row. That's a good sign. I've got some endurance. Already put it in the small ring, and we're just gonna try and spin our way up this. We won't be coming down this. We're taking another way down, a fun route that stair steps its way down. This part basically gains all the elevation in one brutal gravel climb, and the other way down stair steps its way down. Slackens again, and then one more pitch. The snow is this crunchy kind of snow that it's got a fair bit of rolling resistance, and we let air out of the tires for a ride I did last night, and I didn't re-pump them up. So now we get into relentlessly rolling terrain. Yeah, what else can we talk about? Well, you might wonder, what does one wear when out riding your bike at minus 16, minus 17? Well, I'll tell ya. Start with my feet. On my feet I have a mid-weight thermal sock that I bought from a bargain store. For footwear I have a pair of Solomon brand sport winter boots. So they're not super bulky. They're kind of designed for using in snowshoe bindings and walk-in and stuff. So they're lightweight but still warm. That covers my feet. And then my legs. I have a thin base layer Craft polypropylene long underwear, thin for moisture transfer. And then over top of that I have like a mid-weight polypropylene underwear that I bought from Walmart. Thought I'd give the cheap ones a try, and they've been working out. And then over top of that I have a pair of Pearl Izumi windproof, waterproof nylon pants. So no insulating qualities other than they are there to keep the wind off of us. And then, oh yeah, I have a pair of cycling shorts on. Up top I have a mid-weight polypropylene long underwear top that I bought from Walmart, and it works pretty good. It actually looks well made. I got it for something like 20 bucks. Over top of that I have a Craft. It's like an insulated jacket. It's all Gore windstopper in the front, but it's not nylon. It looks, well, I guess it probably is, but it looks like a softer touch material. And so it's nice windstopper in the front of the arms, it's windstopper, and then behind the arms and in the back of the jacket, it's a breathable material to allow excess heat out. I've had it in my collection probably since the 1990s, and it's a slim fit, so like a cycling type fit. But it's only started to fit me again the past couple years since I started riding more. And over top of that I have this jacket. This is a Segoy. I think originally it was waterproof. I doubt it's waterproof anymore. It's been washed so many times. But it's windproof. Lots of reflective striping. It's slightly oversized, so you can fit quite a few layers of stuff underneath it. And it has a really nice, easy to use pit zip. So yesterday I ended up undoing the pit zips, and yeah, it makes a noticeable difference. Really glad to have them. On my hands, these are actually snowmobile gloves. Got a car coming up behind us. No, not a car, a Polaris. Yeah, on my hands, snowmobile gloves. I've tried some cycling specific gloves that they say are designed for cold weather, and yet to find a pair that works for me, like -15 colder. And they're all really expensive. I think these were like $45. They're really warm. You know, they're designed to hold motorcycle grips, so kind of at the same position as you hold a mountain bike bar. So they're quite comfortable. They work well on bars. The gauntlet cuff makes them really easy to pull on and take off. Do it fast. They've been doing really well for me. So yeah, if you're looking for gloves for cold weather, fat biking, check out some snowmobile stuff. It works quite well. And then, where are we now? Oh yeah, on my head. So, I have a balaclava on. So it comes down and it covers over the collar of this jacket. So I have lots of stuff covering my neck. The craft jacket I have has a really short collar. The Segoy is like a medium length collar, but it seals fairly tightly. And then this balaclava kind of floats over top of all that, so I don't feel any cold sneaking in at my neck. And then basically around the nose, mouth area, it has a windproof panel. So the rest of it is some sort of thermal synthetic fabric. And then in the front, it has that thermal fabric, but then over top of it, there's a windproof layer. But then at the mouth, there's an area of really tight weave mesh so that you can breathe through that. But there's no concession made for your nose. So it's actually not that thick, the entire thing, but it works quite well even in the cold because of that windproof panel. The only issues I have with it is getting enough oxygen through it when you start working harder. Like on that big climb, I had to pull it off my face for a bit because I couldn't get enough oxygen through it. And then over top of that, on my head, I have a cross-country ski toque. Pelton and Ski brand ski toque. No, I don't have a helmet on today. It's very difficult to wear a helmet with the balaclava. So I don't know if anyone's gonna try and come up with a system of balaclava and helmet that works well together. So sorry, no helmet on today, helmet Nazis. So that covers like everything I'm wearing. So we've been out for 54 minutes. Feeling okay, temperature wise. It's just when the wind picks up, I notice it immediately blowing away the halo of heat that's emanating from my body. You should survive without dying of hypothermia. So we're almost at the old abandoned railway line. Like I said, I did this ride yesterday, so that section was all fresh snow. No one had ridden through it, and so me and my brother had to break trail. It was all rideable. So we'll have a well-worn path for us today, and it should have hardened up too, so it should be nice to ride through. So I'm going to stop and change batteries in the camera because it's already almost dead, and we've only been out, haven't even been out for an hour yet. So batteries are switched out and we are on our way. So here it is, the old part of the old Grand Trunk Railway. Very crunchy because it was warm yesterday and then got really cold. So these are our tire tracks from yesterday. 2.5K of this boring old railway line before we get to the bridge. I'm gonna walk, ride it one way and walk the other. And there's a few spots where the gap is wider than normal, which is not fun. Here there's a wider gap. You're going to need to have to pull on the front wheel. So 100-plus-year-old Grand Trunk Railway Bridge. So we'll walk now. And we'll check out the view once we get halfway or so. Keep an eye on my feet where we're going here, because the gap between the ties is actually pretty big. You could stuff your foot through one of those and break your ankle. Yeah, so here's the view. These boards are not so secure anymore, so just gonna be extra careful. I think this is the Kaministiquia River. I'll have to double check because it flows into the Dog, or the Dog flows into this one. I forget how they say it. A beautiful spot. A little bit of Canada's history. I'll put, I think there's a Wikipedia page for the Grand Trunk Railway, so I'll put that in the info box below the video. My toes are starting to feel cold. We got about an hour to get back to the car, so hopefully we don't run into any frostbite problems. Oh, they're nicely spaced for walking for my stride. They're pretty much perfect. Okay, we're going to take a leak and then we're going to head home. Take a drink. It's going to be right around 2 hours. I don't actually have to drink. Quite hydrated, but we'll do it anyways. All right. Off we go. Okay, we're all freshly batteried. I changed the memory card in my Hero3. Hopefully have enough battery life to get us back to the car, but just relentless rolls up and down. And these rolls are extra slow today and extra tough because you're on a fat bike, so they take longer. Essentially the hill becomes twice as long. Okay, so we're coming up to a high point. So now it rolls its way down. Mostly, there's a few flat sections with some little up rolls. But in the summertime, this is awesome. You can carry a lot of speed for a good length of time. Back to the car. So a day later, it's the exact same ride. It took 30 minutes longer than it took yesterday to do this ride. So it's 31 kilometers. Took us 2 hours, 16 minutes. Average speed of 13.7. I think we averaged a little over 17k an hour yesterday. Average heart rate 127, total ascent 391 meters, and our max speed today was 41.6. So I'll leave a link to the Strava page for this ride so you can check it out if you want. Feel free to add me on Strava too if you're so interested. Good thing the ride ended as it did because my toes are just starting to feel not so good. I'm sure I'll get a little bit of that thawing sensation from my toes. Thanks for watching.